Hi, this is Savannah,
And this is Brian from the Dorky Diva Show,
and you're listening to Starboars.
the best place for below average Star Wars.
In a world where people need 80s and 90s movie reviews, two regular Geordies combine forces to bring you the Brother to Brother 80s and 90s movie review podcast. Check them out on Twitter, YouTube, and all decent podcast vendors.
Welcome to Starboars, best place for below average Star Wars.
Hello there, and welcome to the Star Wars Show, the best place for below average Star Wars. Your two hosts today are myself, the Geordie Jedi Pete, and of course, Ian, the Canon Junkie XL. We are coming in your ears. Ian, how are you?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
I'm good. Obviously, we haven't recorded in a while. Life gets in the way, as they say, but I'm excited. You know, we're in the middle of Andor. We've got, I've forgotten what it's called, Secrets of the Jedi, whatever it's called. That's coming out. Tales of the Jedi. That's the one, Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
He's coming out soon. That's going to be good. And obviously, Christmas around the corner. We're going to get loads of good Star Wars presents, hopefully. So, lots coming out. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, like I said, life's a bit crazy at the moment. I'm getting married on Saturday. So, all my time is pretty much dictated to that. So, it's nice to jump on with you to record just before I get married.
I know, obviously, you know, getting married, it's going to be an exciting time. I know that you're going to be getting yourself to the big city for a bit after the wedding. Is that because you want to celebrate the wedding, or is that because you want to go to the big Forbidden Planet and get some good Star Wars merch?
I did think about the Big Forbidden Planet, and I will be going to the Big Forbidden Planet. And like I said, it's nice now. We've been saving for years, so it's nice to have some potentially some disposable income again, so I can potentially get back to buying some Star Wars stuff.
Definitely. Me, myself, I'm sort of homeless at the minute. I've sold my house, and the deal for my new house hasn't gone through. It's stalled. So I'm currently like surfing between like friends and family, and all my stuff's in storage. I'm currently recording this podcast in my mum's dressing room, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, luckily all the Hasbro pre-orders that I want had turned up. There was one wrestling figure pre-order, a Danhausen, which I've had to change the address to my mum's. And then any future pre-orders I make, I'm going to have to probably pre-order to come to my mum's house. So
I'm sure with you waiting to buy a new house, I'm sure you're in love with all this stuff with the economy at the moment. I'm sure it's great for that.
yeah. But no, so I'm cutting down on pre-orders, and I'm cutting down on buying the things I see in the stores just because I don't have anywhere to put them right now.
It's a hard life.
But when I go to London, because I'm going to London next week as well, I'm hoping to track down one or two things maybe. I can get one or two while on holiday. That'll be all right.
I'm obviously not very well versed with London. I think I've only been like twice in my life. So me and our lass are going to she's going to show me a dry run on how to get to the XL Centre for celebration as well. Because we are, to be fair, we're staying at a loft, which is just behind the XL Centre, which is good. So I'm going to do a dry run from King's Cross to how to get to the XL Centre so I can figure it out on when we go to celebration in April.
Fantastic. And where are you staying for celebration?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it's a Premier Inn in the Lower Docklands. It's about a 15-minute walk from the XL, so it's not too bad. I got a decent deal, though, because I looked the other day and the prices are ridiculous. So
They are indeed.
Yeah.
They are indeed. I might be sleeping on your floor in your hotel room. I'll buy you a kebab.
You can do.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
I've got a holiday. I've got one pre-booked, and it's like $1,000. So I haven't paid for that yet. I'm probably going to cancel that thing and look for somewhere cheaper, hopefully. Because I don't know.
There's a room there for you, mate, anyway.
Yeah, so on the floor, but I'll get you takeaway in.
That's fine by me.
Let's dive into some Star Wars chat. Obviously, as I classically got wrong at the beginning, it's not Secrets of the Jedi. It's called Tales of the Jedi. Although, what a great series Secrets of the Jedi could be. If anyone's listening, I could write that. The Secrets of the Jedi could be about all these Jedi who are not following the Jedi code. I don't know if you've been reading High Republic, but there's a Jedi in there who is sleeping around with people and doing all sorts of fun stuff.
Ah, yeah, I did. Yeah, There was also a Jedi in Master and Apprentice, Rael Averross. He's one of Count Dooku's apprentices who was sleeping with people. Hey, to be fair, it says you can't fall in love. It doesn't say anything about sleeping with people. To be fair.
New series, Secret Affairs of the Jedi.
Yeah. Like a soap
Rock, we're rocking and rolling. It'll be PG-13 because we're not going to show anything too bad. We're just going to insinuate.
Just insinuate.
We'll see the door shut and then like sexy music play, but you won't see anything happening. That's how it's going to be on Disney.
You talk about that. Obviously, I know you haven't seen the newest episode of Andor, but there's the music at the end of Andor today is like funky Star Wars techno. It's class.
Fantastic. Can't wait to download that on Spotify. Have a listen. So yeah, let's talk about Tales of the Jedi. Obviously, we've had a couple of trailers out. I know some people in the industry have seen the whole series and loved it. I know Sky Talker, Charlotte and Caitlin were talking about how awesome it was. I definitely trust them with how awesome it was. But obviously we haven't. But I'm very excited for this series. Ian, just talk us through what your thoughts of the trailers we've had, the feel for the show, and what you're most excited about getting from Tales of the Jedi.
I'll be honest, I'm more excited about the Count Dooku side. As much as I love Ahsoka, I do feel like we're getting a bit in the realm where we get a bit too much Ahsoka at the moment. Obviously, we've already show on that, but I won't complain. I will like the show. The Count Dooku stuff's really, really interesting for me because obviously I think he's a character who could be fleshed out a lot more. Obviously, there was Dooku Jedi Lost, which was the audio drama that you can also buy as a script book, which I thought was really good. It was one of my favourite new things in the canon. I thought that was really cool. I hope they don't retcon that too much. But obviously we see as well Dooku fighting Yaddle in the trailer, which is interesting. I fully believe that he will kill Yaddle in the show. That's why we obviously don't see her past the Phantom Menace. It's all about his turn. And then obviously the Ahsoka stuff. There's obviously been stuff mentioned in the Clone Wars before about who brought her to the Jedi. Obviously Plo Koon and her people and all that type of thing. So I'm really looking forward to it. Any Star Wars animation is good to me. I've always loved the animated shows and all that type of thing. And plus, it looks like Clone Wars animation as well. So yeah, hugely excited to see what is in store. Like I said, more excited for the Count Dooku stuff. That's purely just based on we haven't got a lot of him. I feel like we've got a lot of Ahsoka recently. So yeah, hugely excited.
Yeah, I think for me, from a Count Dooku side, I'm excited to see Dooku and how intense he is, and the tease in the trailer, him and Mace Windu, who, Mace Windu's a bit of a prick anyway. Mace Windu was like telling Dooku to calm down. They were like, Jesus, how bad does one have to be to get totally calmed down by Mace Windu? Get to see young Qui-Gon, which is quite cool. You mentioned Rael Averross, maybe we'll see him. Could be cool.
Young Qui-Gon's being voiced by Liam Neeson's son as well, I believe.
Oh, fantastic. I love that.
I'm pretty sure that's true. I'll just double check that, but yeah.
Awesome. But yeah, obviously Yaddle. I think Yaddle's going to die. I think that sums up just how scarily inept the Jedi are at this time, where, Yaddle's probably going to die at the hands of a Sith Lord, right? And they're just like, Yaddle just vanished, so we'll just replace her on the council, but don't know where it is. Might be dead, might not be. Like, they're so unaware of what's going on around them. If you
look in the trailer, she's 100% in the works, which is obviously Palpatine's spooky Sith factory type thing. So there's a shot of her standing in front of obviously the thing where Count Dooku flies through in Attack of the Clones. So she's 100% in the works. So she's 100% onto Count Dooku.
Definitely. So I'm excited for that. Also excited for. I want to see how that goes down. I think Dooku will be like, you're my master species, but you're not as good. Ha ha ha, I'm going to kill you or something. So that could be cool. From the Ahsoka side, I know what you mean about saying, you were getting too much Ahsoka. But I also know for a fact, as soon as we see Ahsoka at Padme's funeral, going to lose me shit big time.
Obviously, I would love to go back. I don't mean that we're getting too much. I just mean sometimes it looks like we're getting a lot from that character, if you know what I mean. No,
I said I 100% agree with you, but I think it's one of those things that's we're getting a lot, but then when we get it, we'll be like, our drawers will drop.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're I don't know. I love kebabs, right? I don't want one right now, but if someone dropped one off, I'd be like, oh yeah, kebab. But
it is Liam Neeson's son, by the way, who's voicing young Qui-Gon. Yeah, that's true.
Fantastic. Keep it in the family, eh? I'm excited about that. Obviously, I'm excited about the Ahsoka side. We see sort of Ahsoka as a baby in one of the Togruta priests be like, oh, Ahsoka is Jedi. I like that idea of them being sort of, it feels almost Aboriginal, mythical. They've got like a priest or a priestess or like a magic woman, a magic man, like in the tribe where they live. And that's similar to the Togrutas that we see in the High Republic era as well, where, we've got the sort of the queen and how sort of she's like head of the tribe almost. And, we have the head of security who fights alongside the Jedi and things like that. So I got similar vibes, which is good from sort of that species and how they live in that community. So I'm excited for that. Also excited to see, what Padme does what Ahsoka does at Padme's funeral. I think it's going to be really cool. And then also that, I believe it's classed as a Inquisitor with a mask.
Yes, I believe so.
I want to see how that goes down.
Clancy Brown was doing the voice. Obviously, he did voice. He obviously played the Berg in The Mandalorian. He obviously was the voice of Savage Opress and many other characters. So yeah, he's doing the voice for the new Inquisitor.
So I'm excited to see the new Inquisitor and see how that goes down. Are we getting all these episodes at once, Because I know they're quite short, so I hope we do.
I believe so, yes. I believe so. And I've got the run times here, to be fair. I've just looked online. I've just got the run times here.
Oh, let's run through them. See how long they are. They're quite short.
Some of them are quite... I'm just trying to find it again now.
Is it 8 episodes or 6?
6 episodes. 6. But yeah, no, like I said, it would be really good to get more Star Wars animation. I'm missing a bit of obviously the Bad Batch was supposed to be out at this point originally, so it's nice to get a bit of animation fix while we wait. I think Bad Batch is out in January, I believe. That's the case.
Yeah, Bad Batch is early next year.
Yeah, the run times for the episodes is the first one is 17 minutes, second one 14, third 13 minutes, fourth 15, fifth 10, and the sixth is 14 minutes.
So quite short compared to what we used to, I think, from Star Wars. But if we get them all in one, it means we can binge them and then binge it again and again and again. Do you think we'll get the stories intertwined? So it'll tell some of Dooku, some of Ahsoka's, and some of Dooku, some of Ahsoka's? Or is it going to be like all Dooku, then all Ahsoka?
I would think they would drop it as all one arc and then another. I think that would be a bit more confusing for people if it went from one to one.
I mean, you would think that, but we also released a middle trilogy, then a beginning trilogy, then an end trilogy.
I suppose, yeah. Plus the High Republic's going back 150 years in the past.
I love that, yeah, because the High Republic's mirrored. It's like, it's done a middle trilogy, then it's gone back and tell the first trilogy, and then Phase 3 is going to be the most futuristic trilogy, isn't it, I think? So,
yeah.
Or era, sorry, not trilogy, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hugely excited to get this series diving into the Lore of the Jedi, diving into Lost Jedi. We hear about the Lost Jedi. The statues are there in Attack of the Clones. We don't know much about them. I think it's quite a cool idea. Also, the idea of a Lost Jedi doesn't necessarily mean one who's turned to the dark side. It just means Jedi who have left the Order, who have lost. Obviously, Dooku, we know, does turn to the dark side. Ahsoka, we know, doesn't. Is actually probably more Jedi than ever once she leaves the Jedi, if that makes sense. So, making the right decisions for the right reasons to help people is what she does. So, yeah, I'm really excited to dive more into these two Lost Jedi, and hopefully we hear more about other Lost Jedi maybe. And, it's called Tears of the Jedi. I would love for this to be the beginning, and then we get more series where we can learn about more Jedi. And you could easily, you could release it in seasons where, the next season could be, one highly known Jedi, and then you could team that person up with maybe a lower, lesser known Jedi who people don't know about, and we can learn about them that way. I think it would be really cool.
It doesn't have to be set in the prequel era either. Obviously, you can set it further back.
100% Tales of the Jedi. You can go in the future.
Yeah, 100%. You could do a story with Rey and Finn.
It could indeed. You could talk about Kylo Ren. Ben Solo training with Luke. You could do a tale there, which I think would work really well in animation. So yeah, very, very exciting.
I'm still waiting for that Tar Vizsla story. So
yes, in the Jedi, first Mandalorian to do it in the Jedi Order.
Yeah, I don't think they'll touch that without obviously doing it in the Mandalorian first.
Yeah, well, I think that all that stuff's coming. I think so. I think certainly mentions of it. So, I think with Dave Filoni being at that center of a lot of things right now, hopefully we can get those tales that we really want to sink our teeth into. Yeah, cannot wait for the series. I hope we get good action figures of like young Dooku, with the lightsaber. young Qui-Gon as a figure would be really cool. I'm excited for that. That new Inquisitor looks brilliant in the Ahsoka story, so hopefully we get that Inquisitor as a figure would be fantastic. So yeah, really, really looking forward to all of that. Are you going to watch it all at once when it drops?
Yes, because I'm in London. I won't watch it the day it comes out, probably because I'm in London, obviously, like I said, next week for my little mini moon type thing. But when I get back on Friday, I probably will watch the whole thing, obviously, along with the episode of Andor.
Spot on. Moving on, nice segue. We'll talk about Andor. No spoilers really, but obviously, me personally, I've done 6 episodes. I know you, Ian, have watched 7. What's your overall thoughts so far with the series?
I really enjoy it. It's very different from, obviously, The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. And I don't mean different in a good way. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people knock down one show for the other. I don't feel that. I think Andor, just the main thing that stands out for me as well is the production level is unbelievable. And I do feel like sometimes the volume and all that can make things feel a bit smaller, but the production in Andor is astounding. Everything looks good because obviously they shot it a lot on location, if not all of it, I think, on location, apart from the odd thing here and there. Obviously, Coruscant, they've had to CGI that and all that type of thing. But the Aldani stuff and all that looks really, really good. Like the production of it is just, I think it's the best Disney Plus show in terms of production. The dialogue and everything. I'm like I said, we're all massive Star Wars nerds here, so any dialogue, like I can't get enough of the ISB and like them sniping at each other and backhanding each other type thing. I could watch a whole show about the ISB and the political machinations of what goes on within that organization. I could just have a show on that, and I would be happy with that. The odd Easter eggs here and all that type of thing, like when he says about the Rakatan Empire and other stuff than that. And then obviously my biggest one was the Starkiller armor in Luthen's shop. That sold me. I was blown away because it's the Starkiller helmet from The Force Unleashed, which everyone knows me who knows how big of a Starkiller fan I am. I love that character. So that was great. But other than that, the acting, everything about it is top tier Star Wars, and it's like nothing we've seen, and I'm loving it. Today's episode, I don't think there was any action in it, and I was hooked just through the dialogue, through the ISB, through the rebellion side, find out what's happening. I absolutely love the show.
Yeah, I think for me the show, I'm loving the show. I think when I watched the 3-episode premiere, when it finished, I was a bit like thinking back. I was like, there's not much has actually happened in this 3 episodes, but I've been absolutely hooked to it. Like I couldn't pull myself away. So I was fully engrossed and it had my attention. It grabbed my attention big time. So, and obviously it was built that big episode where we had the heist, which was fantastic and gritty and dark and real. So yeah, I'm loving the series. I think I compare it to sort of shows like Breaking Bad, where there might be episodes where, action-wise, yes, not much right now happen, but there's a lot going on in the dialogue and the storytelling and the background building towards big moments. And without that, the big moments wouldn't be big. They would just be normal moments. So I'm loving the show. Like I said, for me, it's on par with like Breaking Bad. It's like the Star Wars Breaking Bad. Is how I sort of am referring to it in my own head. So yeah, I'm loving Andor. I'm loving the sets. I'm loving the locations. Obviously, it was a huge shoot. Fantastic. I believe they've done some reshoots in using the volume, I think, on stuff where they didn't want to go back location. But other than that, it's all been done on location pretty much. And I'm loving the scope of it and the size of it and the drama and the grittiness. Excited for, we're only halfway through the season as well, where for me it was like we got to episode 6, and we had the heist, which is what the episodes before been building up to. And like normal Star Wars television, that would be the finale almost, but it's like, no, this is like a mini finale because actually we've still got another half of the story to go for this season, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So, absolutely can't wait to check out episode 7 and obviously keep going every week and finish the series strong. I think you're right with the acting. The acting's been fantastic. From those characters that you don't like to those that you love, to those that you're indifferent about. I think the performance has been brilliant. ISB politics has definitely grabbed me. It reminds me of sort of a political drama when it goes there, and you see them all trying to sort of make the best bets for their career, almost. And I'm almost just like, I can't wait for you all to die.
I like the fact that one of the ISB guys is the drug dealer from the In-Between as well. That made me laugh.
Is indeed.
He is, yeah. I was like, who is that? I've seen him before. I was like, oh yeah, he's in the in-betweeners. He's the drug dealer.
There's quite a lot of cast in this show that like have popped up in British dramas.
Yeah,
or
I thought that. I thought there's a lot of people who are in like ITV and BBC dramas. I saw some pushback on that as well. People were like, oh, is it just everyone British in this show? Well, they filmed it in Britain, and I'm not being funny. I don't think that when I watch a show where all the Americans are in it, I think, oh, is everyone in here from America?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. But no, so yeah, I'm loving it. I'm excited to see where it goes. Obviously, I've finished the heist, so my next thing is like sort of where does Andor go next, sort of on the run maybe. So I'm excited to find out where he ends up. I love the fact, that he made some good decisions at the end of the episode there, but then sort of, there was still some people who think he was a bad man maybe, and it was a bit like, well, no, he's made the, he took the guy to the doctor, maybe he shouldn't have done. The one guy who he thought wouldn't turn was the guy who was like, oh, we'll take the money and run. He took his share of the money afterwards and left it with the people in the group who were left. But yeah, absolutely love Nandor. Cannot wait to get caught up with a new episode and be like finish the season strong, which I think it will. Obviously, apart from Andor, which we're enjoying now, we've got Tales of the Jedi coming on October 26th, I believe it is, which I can't wait to binge. You can't wait to binge it. Have you been reading many Star Wars books lately, Ian?
A couple of weeks ago, I read for the first time ever Darth Maul Shadowhunter from the old Legends, obviously stuff, and I really enjoyed that book. Actually, I read that over the course of like 3 days, which is quite rare for me because I'm not a fast reader. I just obviously I sometimes I struggle to keep my focus on it. But I thought Darth Maul Shadowhunter was very good. Obviously, it just tells the tale before the Phantom Menace. One of Viceroy Newt Gunray's like aides goes running, trying to sell the secrets about the Sith and all that, and Darth Maul has to go to Coruscant and track him down, and then he ends up having to kill a Jedi and all that type of thing. So that was a good read.
Fantastic. Is it a story that you think could be fit back into canon quite easily?
100%, yeah. It's before the Phantom Menace. It's just one of his missions he goes on before the Phantom Menace. Yeah, it's nothing off the top of my head that would break canon if it was. So yeah, I in my head, I think that story's canon, to be fair. Do
we get much Palpatine in it?
Yeah, the odd bit where he's obviously just chastising Maul for letting his target get away and all that type of thing. But he ends up obviously succeeding in his mission in the end. But it's quite actually, yeah. There's a bit at the end of the book that's quite scary. I don't know if you want me to go into spoilers here.
Yeah, you can.
Basically, this guy is chased by Maul the whole way through, and he thinks he's got away. He gets up to a space station above Coruscant, and then he sees a group of senators, and he's like, "Oh, I've done it." And then the senator he ends up speaking to, who he thinks he's got away with it, is Senator Palpatine from Naboo. And then after, obviously, he says he'll look after him. At the end of the book, the guy thinks he's got away with it. The door opens, Darth Maul's there, and he kills him. But it's just how it's read. You're like, oh, he's got to these senators, and all of a sudden he's like, what's wrong, my boy? And it's like, oh, Senator Palpatine. You're like, oh, no. He's got him.
Always in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he is. It's almost like he just plans it that way.
Well, was it a master plan, or was it just sheer coincidences?
You never know with Palpatine, do you? You never know. You never know whether he plans all this stuff out or whether he's more like the Lego Star Wars Palpatine. To be fair, he's one of my favourite characters in Star Wars, the Lego Palpatine.
He's very funny. I like him quite a lot. Speaking of Lego Star Wars, obviously Halloween's coming up. I don't think there's a new Halloween special coming, but obviously we're trying to rewatch the last one.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite moments ever when Darth Vader's in his fortress and he's like, "Oh, the ultimate power to the dark side," and then he's like, "So, what do you think?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a little on the nose, isn't it? I mean, you can see evil fortress on the hill without saying it." Pretty funny, like that's a line. He's like, "Look at this place. It needs something, a chair and all that." It's just funny. And Darth Vader's like, "But it's my castle." He's like, "Oh, stop it." The Lego Star. To be honest, I didn't really enjoy the summer one that just happened, but the Halloween one and the Life Day one, hilarious.
I didn't see the summer one, so I've not seen that one yet.
Yeah, it was all right, but yeah, the Halloween and the Christmas one from before was good.
Spot on. You been reading any High Republic lately?
No, I'm waiting. Path of Deceit was the next one, wasn't it? But for some reason, whether it's because you obviously have Del Rey books, and then you have Disney Publishing, and no matter what, the Disney Publishing books for the UK always get delayed. So I'm waiting.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, the Del Rey ones come out in this country at the same time, but yeah, the Disney Publishing one, it's always the same. It's like that's like the Ahsoka book, you know, the ones that are like young reader, adult, all that type of stuff. They're the ones that get delayed all of the time. To be fair,
Yeah,
I don't know why, but they do.
no, indeed. Have you been reading many Star Wars comics lately?
To be fair, I just read the first High Republic one for the new phase, which was good. It tells a story about Jeddah and all that type of thing. It's very interesting. You're not a lot to go on so far. It was good. It was a good comic, but yeah, no, I'm excited to see Jeddah. Ever since we saw that in Rogue One, I have been fascinated by it, and I think the main character in this comic is the guy who's the statue's fallen over on. I think that's him. He looks very similar.
Oh, fantastic, good stuff. Moving on from that, I think we always like to talk about merchandise and stuff. And I know I've told people about my situation, and obviously you're getting married, so your situation, we're not really in the market to be getting many things. But did you see Hasbro released images of the Clone Trooper Phase 2 helmet?
No, I didn't. I missed that.
Well, it looks very very minty.
Yeah.
I'm very tempted to like, because once
Phase
I get
2, is that the one in Attack of the Clones?
Phase 2 will be the ones, the second phase, so the ones from
between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Yeah,
I think so, yeah. So
because Phase 3 and Revenge of the Sith, I believe.
there you go. I didn't know that. So
No, I believe it's Phase 3. Yeah,
you're probably right. But yeah, I think so it looks really cool, really minty. So when I get my new house, I'm going to be having the home studio set up, Star Wars room where we record the podcast and the offices. And I'm probably definitely going to want to get a helmet, I think, to decorate in there. So it might be that one, might not. We'll see how else comes out between now and then. So I'm not going to be buying it now.
they need to do a Starkiller Black Series helmet. Now that it's been in Andor, there's no excuse.
Indeed. They've got the mold. There.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you? I know you've got a couple of helmets. What's your favorite one in your collection, do you think?
I've got the Kylo Ren one and the Mandalorian one. I do like the Mandalorian one, to be fair. And I've seen, obviously, I've been able to afford it recently, but I've seen the Death Watch one from, obviously, the live action version in the Mandalorian. That looks sick. But to be fair, I am going to go Forbidden Planet next week. I'm going to buy something, whether that's a Black Series figure or something. I'm going to get some.
Yeah, you have to go in and definitely get yourself something, whether it's a little something or a big something.
Whether it's a figure, we'll see. We'll see how well we do with the wedding. See what I can afford.
Let fate decide. See what's actually on offer.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'd love to come back with a dark saber or something, but I don't think I'll be able to swing that.
Yeah. No, definitely. So yeah, I think I definitely want to get a helmet. That Hasbro helmet looks good. I haven't really released any new Hasbro Star Wars HasLabs. Probably off the back of the current few years that they've had recently with the last two, the Rancor and the third sister. They're not getting backed, so I'll still wait to see what they back next. Hopefully something good comes up that we can try and get. Obviously, Star Wars, very much on TV at the minute. Are you missing Star Wars in the cinemas, do you think, Ian?
I am, yeah, definitely. Now that I know that we're not getting one until 2025, I believe that's the next one slated in. I just wish I don't like criticising, but I just wish there's one. They announced Rogue Squadron, and then it obviously gets delayed. Just don't announce anything so you know it's gonna happen. This is what I mean, because I love the Star Wars at the telly, but nothing beats going to the cinema to see a Star Wars film. Nothing. So I just wish. Same thing with the games. Don't announce it till it's done or till it's definitely going to come out, because people just lose faith and they're like, oh, like I said, it's going to be another 3 years now until we get another Star Wars film. When was the last one? 2019? 19?
I think so, yeah.
That's mental. That's like 3 years ago nearly. So yeah, we're going to be going like 5 or 6 years without a Star Wars film. I just wish sometimes they announce stuff and then it's like, because they did a full-on thing for Rogue Squadron. Patty Jenkins was like, yeah, this thing. So I am missing a new Star Wars film, especially at Christmas. That was a nice little habit to get into, going to see a Star Wars film at Christmas. And a lot more people are off at Christmas, you know what I mean? So people can do it. So yeah, I just wish. Same criticism I have with the games. They announce these games and then they never get made. So just get all your ducks in a line, know you're going to do it, and then announce it. That would make sense to me. Whether we might get some news on the next film at Celebration in April, I hope so, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think these things are. I believe the Patty Jenkins Rogue One movie is still in development. It never had a shooting date or anything. Obviously, I think it's different between announcing projects and then obviously people read into the. So, for example, the next Star Wars date on the slate at Disney Pictures is 25. It's Christmas 25.
Yeah.
That's just where they say, if a project gets off the ground, we'll put it in there. Do you know what I mean? If one doesn't, then that'll just get moved or something else will go in its place, or we'll leave it blank. I think sometimes people get bored and it says December 25, so that's when it's going to happen. And it's like, well, no, it's like Untitled Star Wars movie. They've got that penciled in. They've got a few different projects in development. As we know, we've got Taika Waititi's one. We've got also the project from his name escapes right now. The Marvel extraordinaire.
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige, aye. So, there's a few different ones that could fill that void, maybe. And you guarantee there's people pitching stuff all the time. Like good creators. I miss Star Wars in the cinema, I certainly do. I've had a lot of, as we approach Christmas now, we're in October, a lot of my Facebook memories are where I've sort of reposted new trailers that have come out on new TV spots leading up to the new release of Christmas and how excited I was. And obviously, that's not happening at the minute, so I do miss that. But, I'm enjoying Star Wars on telly right now. I'm enjoying the High Republic books. Although we haven't got it in our movie theatres, we're certainly not short of any Star Wars to enjoy, which is the main thing. Like I said, hopefully, same as you, got me fingers crossed that we get an announcement for a Star Wars movie, sort of concrete and, good information. That sounds like we're going to get one definitely for in cinemas soon. How are you feeling about Celebration? Obviously, I know you're going to be doing a mock run of London, how to get a King's Cross to LXL when you go to London next week. I know you've got your hotel booked, your pass booked. How excited are you and what you're most looking forward to?
Super excited, mate. I'm a bit gutted that I haven't got a Sunday ticket yet. Hopefully they release more close to the time so I can get a Sunday ticket as well. At the moment I'm only going Friday, Saturday. But I'm just looking forward to going. Like, I've never been to one. I'm just looking forward to going and seeing what there is. Like I said, you've been to a few, so I don't know what to expect. I don't know anything. So I'm just looking forward to going. I'm going to start saving money soon so I can get a few things when I'm there. I'm just looking forward to going. Seeing people I've never met. I'm on Twitter and that. I've talked to a lot of people. I've never met them in person, so it's going to be great to meet people, put names to faces, and actually meet people. Maybe go out for a drink after the things on and all that type of thing. So I'm just looking forward to the more social side of it. Because like I said, I've got friends, but they're not into Star Wars like I am. So, and this is going to a place where everyone is as into Star Wars as I am. Meeting people, obviously doing stuff with yourself, Kat and Jason. That'll be cool. Like, hopefully I can get a ticket to the Sunday. Hopefully someone will sell a ticket to the Sunday. I can get it. But yeah, other than that, because Monday I'm not really bothered about Monday, to be fair. But yeah, if I can go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll be very happy.
Yeah, it's quite weird because they haven't announced how they're going to, or if they have, I haven't seen it, like how people are going to like resell tickets yet. Because I believe it's sold out. I believe them when they say it's all sold out.
The last time I looked, there was tickets for Monday, but not many, I don't think.
Yeah, so, Monday's still there. I think it'll be in the closing day, but not much happening. It's usually closing ceremony. It's a bit like puff piece, editorial type thing. Still fun though. But, I think, Sunday is obviously sold out, but there'll be a lot of people passes who probably can't attend for whatever reason. So obviously in the past we've had the light system where you could resell your passes for face value to people who've been in the queue, all nice and fair and square. So I believe they've announced that they're not using the light this year, but they haven't announced the replacement. But there's definitely people who've got half passes who don't need them. So hopefully they'll make those available in a safe manner for people to get. So, there'll be some people with Sunday tickets who don't need them anymore, and they should be able to sell them to you in a nice, safe way that protects you and protects them. Yeah,
100%. Like I said, I'd like to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But yeah, no, I'm super excited. I don't know what to expect, man. Like I said, I've never been to one, so I don't know how it works, what the layout is, and all that type of thing. I don't know.
It's weird. So like those things, like, won't even be the things you remember. Like it'll be like a magical whirlwind, where like you'll know about it after, but like when you're in the moment, it's just a crazy experience, like in a good way. Like I think you'll be absolutely in awe of like
Yeah.
just the atmosphere and how things feel. Definitely apply for a new credit card before you go. And I don't mean half joking, but also half being serious. I think you never know what you're going to see there.
Yeah.
And I'd hate, my thing would be if I seen it and I go, actually, I can't afford that right now, and I didn't get it, and then it's like, when will you see it again? You might see it again, but you might not.
Well, believe me, I'll be putting money away after I get married. I'll tell you that now.
Well, definitely apply for a credit card. Have a credit card with you. If you don't use it, then spot on. I mean, if you do use it, then you can then start paying it off. Not a problem, and you've got the item that you wanted or the poster or whatever it is. But yeah, my advice is to always have a credit card that's blank. It's a case of if you should use it, use it, and you can worry about paying it back later. My advice would be if you've got a job, get a credit card. If you don't, then you don't.
Yeah. How do the tickets work?
But yeah.
How do the tickets work then? Do I get something sent to me? Because as I said, we're having a chat now, but how do the tickets work? Because obviously I've got my Friday and Saturday paid for.
So they should arrive once they start shipping them out. So
all right, okay, cool, yeah. So they do come to you. You obviously get a physical version of your ticket.
Yeah. Or if not, you'll pick them up from Will Call.
Yeah.
Which again, you arrive at the Will Call area at the XL, and then you go up and give them your name, your email, and then they'll give you the passes. But yeah, I can't imagine getting rid of the passes because the pass artwork and getting in and out. They don't want to be looking at phones every day. They don't have security cards for it.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine, it'll be a case of, you will get physical passes. Pass artwork's usually awesome. I haven't seen what this year's looks like.
Yeah.
But I imagine it'll be fantastic. Yeah.
No, like I say, you're the experienced one here. Like, I've never been, so I'm hugely excited.
Yeah, I think just go with the flow. I think like don't have too many expectations going in about like, oh, I'm going to get every panel, because you can't actually see everything, because it's things that it's probably things you don't want to see. Do you know what I mean? Things that you're not interested in. And there'll be things that you are. So like try and get things that you are interested in, but also like there'll be things you see that you never even thought of before. You'll be like, oh wow. So I think going with like, don't have an expectation of doing everything and seeing everything, but just go in with an expectation of have the few things you want to hit, but then like go in with an open mind, and I think you'll just end up getting dragged along by something or someone, and having a fantastic time, and you'll come away with even more friends and even more thoughts about Star Wars that you probably didn't have going in, which is always fantastic. I can't wait for Celebration. I think it's gonna be wonderful. Obviously, just worried about I had pre-booked that expensive hotel, but then I had an Airbnb sort of, and the Airbnb burned down. So back to square one on that one, sadly. But yeah, Celebration is going to be awesome. It's going to be fantastic. What's the one item that if you found?
I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know what they have there. I take it they have everything. I take it they have figures, artwork, everything. Anything you think of.
So you've got to think you have the official Celebration store, right?
Yeah.
Which, I'm probably a moderate spender on Star Wars merchandise compared to some people.
Yeah.
My wife would say otherwise. She would say I'm quite extreme. But like I can easily blow like £300 to £400 in the Celebration store, right?
So what do they sell in the store? What do they sell in the official store?
So they sell everything from, they have loads of different types of t-shirts, hats, caps, jackets. They'll have special plushies, all sorts of stuff, different things, ornaments, tiki glasses, candle makers, like all sorts, right? So the queue's always rad for that. So once you get in there, you're probably going to get everything you want in there, because you might not get a chance to get back in.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to spend too much time queuing to get in the shop, okay?
Yeah.
So there's that, and that's all new merchandise that's been made for the event, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, I can easily spend probably £300 to £400 in there. That's me personally, right?
Yeah.
Speaking from past celebrations, not saying it's big or clever, but it certainly happens. And then you'll have the Hasbro booth, which is a separate store. So that'll have the convention exclusives and other merchandise there as well. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have your Pop Funko, which I don't collect Pop Funko, but a lot of people do. So you'll have your convention exclusives there. You have each model. Everybody who has a Star Wars license will have a booth there selling merch, all officially.
Yeah.
So there's all of that. And then my favorite part is you have a lot of vendors there who are who are selling maybe vintage Star Wars or older Star Wars, where you can buy things that maybe been out a few years. They sell everything from 1977 to now.
Bloody hell, man.
That's where you can find some really crazy stuff. You can find vintage Star Wars figures. You can find vintage Star Wars posters.
Yeah.
You can find stuff from the 2000s. You can find stuff from last week, So yeah, like there's so much stuff there. It's like, and it goes beyond just the official store. It's like you've got the official store, the official vendors selling their stuff, the licensees essentially, and then you've got, you know, the likes of Regal Robot will be there, who, you know, official licensees, and they sell like, you know, high end.
I can't afford any of that, to tell you that now. I know Regal Robot as well.
Yeah, but so you've got that, and then, you know, like that type of thing. Like I said, and then you've got all these vendors who, like traders selling. That I said, it's just awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Honestly, I can't wait. Like I said, I'm gonna start putting money away after I get married, and I'm gonna go with a fair chunk of money, like, because I know I'll need some money, because I will buy a lot of stuff.
Definitely, and they haven't released what the t-shirts are for the official store, but they usually like pick designs that are like fantastic, so you don't really have a choice in like in wanting to buy them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think last year they even did the High Republic first original 3 novels in like special leather bound with like
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, like I said, I'm quite obviously a book guy as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing like all the books and that. There's
No, definitely. So it's celebrations around the corner. Be heavy for, you know, but it's going to be wonderful. So yeah, I'd imagine, you know, the chat will go wild when the tickets start getting sent out. I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But hopefully they announce, like I said, how you meant to re-get tickets. I've got a couple of friends who like aren't really like half into Star Wars, half not, and they're sort of interested in coming, but then didn't realize it would be a case of the tickets are going to sell out in a day.
Yeah.
Didn't get them. Like there will be an option to rebuy them, I imagine. Just haven't announced it. But the celebration is also going to be a bit different. Obviously, you know, I think the way they run the media stages and the media passes has all changed, which I'm not going to do. I don't really freestyle myself, to be honest with you. But so they've changed quite a lot of stuff. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of people who've been to a lot of different celebrations, but there's some aspects that are going to be quite new for this one. Obviously run by Repop, who run the LXL all the time for MCM Comic Con. So I think that company knows what it's doing. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Probably,
because they're there quite a bit. Obviously, I'm looking forward to having a few beers, certainly with yourself and with people. Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited.
100%, mate.
Definitely some beers, maybe some rums. We'll have to see how wild we'll get.
We'll see how the night pans out.
Yeah, definitely. We'll just drink all night and turn back up the Excel in the morning.
Yeah, what time is it open? What time are doors normally open?
Oh, I don't know. So I don't think they'll be doing midnight. I don't think they'll be open overnight with the new virtual queue system for the panels. So I imagine it'll probably let in the building around, this is just a guess, but probably around 7 or 8. And then the area to get onto the convention floor will probably be taped off until a certain time, whenever that is. Probably 10:30 or something.
Sounds? No, yeah, definitely.
But I imagine we'll get all that information when they start sending the tickets out, the passes out.
Yeah.
Which will be good. Are you looking to get any autographs from anyone?
Hopefully, mate. Yeah, if I can get a few autographs with people, yeah, 100%. Like I said, I'm just going to have a good time. Like I said, I'm going to save like mad, and I'm going to go and have a good time. Yeah, I would like if I could meet anyone. Trying to think, depending on who's there, obviously, because I know it might be different. There's obviously in America, there's a lot more American actors. But if I could meet Ashley Eckstein, I'd be happy to meet Tamara Morrison, Boba Fett. Don't know who's coming, but yeah, anything like that.
I mean, I imagine there'll be quite a lot of presence there. So with it being UK, we'll still get big stars, I imagine.
Yeah.
I think you're bumping into a lot of people. That's what I found. You know, I bumped into Doug Chang, bumped into Dave Filoni, bumped into Claudia Gray, bumped into I've forgotten the names, but the Clone Wars voice cast, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Like Matt Lanter?
No, it was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, James Arnold Taylor.
And he was with the guy who does the Bad Batch.
Oh, Dave Bradley Baker. Them
two were together. Bumped into them two. Bumped into the old host of the Star Wars show. Whose name's also right now. But
Anthony Carboni and
Andy Gutierrez, bumped into them. Also bumped into Timothy Zahn.
Oh, that'd be that. No, to be fair, that'd be class. Yeah, I would like to meet Timothy Zahn. That'd be really. He's British as well, isn't he?
I'm not sure, possibly. But so like there's all these. I mean, he'll be there because they make the money in the conventions scene. Do you know what I mean? So you bump into a lot of people. Obviously, the money in the autographs is that you pay for the autograph at the autograph booth. That makes sense, or the picture. So just because you bump into someone doesn't mean you might get an autograph. But I'm not really an autograph hunter, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But I know some autographs can cost a lot of money. That's another thing. You might spend all your money in the shop and buy all this other stuff. But then also, if you're autograph hunting, you're probably going to spend quite a bit on that as well.
He's American, by the way. He is American.
Spot on.
Yeah.
So now bumping into those guys, not through just by chance, really.
Yeah.
So yeah. Nearly bumped into Ashley Eckstein. Was probably about 20 feet away from her. So no. You see them in you might bump into the convention floor and stuff, but you also might bump into people in the hotels and bars around the area afterwards and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really cool party vibe. It's almost similar to the Edinburgh Fringe. I mean, the Edinburgh Fringe, that's type of vibe. I think it's similar to. So very, very, very cool. I think we're about to wrap it up there. We've had a nice 3/4 of an hour catch up. Anything you want to talk about Star Wars wise before we shoot off?
No, I think I'm good, mate. Like I said, I'm looking forward to obviously getting married and then potentially being able to get a few things next week in London and hopefully be able to put that out. If I do get a few, I'm going to get something. I'm going to get whether it's a book, figure, whatever, but I will do that. But other than that, mate, no, I'm happy. Obviously looking forward to my wedding this weekend and looking forward to, not Star Wars related, but looking forward to Newcastle games as we record.
Eddie House, Saudi Mags, the Premier League we go. No, obviously, congratulations again. Obviously, looking forward to seeing the wedding snaps. And have a fantastic day. Love it. I can't wait to hear all about it. Are you planning on sprinkling any Star Wars into the day?
We have got a string quartet who is playing a Star Wars tune. I don't know what they're playing because it was just a Star Wars medley, but I have snuck a little bit of Star Wars in there.
Fantastic. Love that. Yeah. Awesome. But no, all the best, mate. Excited to hear all about it next week. And hope you guys have the best day. I'm sure you will.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Obviously, Kat and Jason weren't available tonight. I believe they are playing ping pong together while eating Chinese. But they'll be back next week, hopefully. But what I will say is, Star Wars has been a bit of a hiatus. As I've said, I'm homeless at the minute and I'm recording this in my mum's dressing room. If I've got to do this every week from now till celebration, that's what we'll try and do. But listeners, thank you very, very much for listening. Ian, thank you very much for joining us and being part of the show. May the force be with you all. And remember, always tell that to Kanja Club.
Hello, Star Wars listeners. This is Savannah Odit. You might know me as host of The Dorky Diva Show with my co-host Brian Balance. I am also producer of The Adventures of the Zolan Dart, which is a Star Wars-inspired audio drama that we produced over the last year. If you love stories about smugglers, courage, heroic characters, and maybe a few foes along the way, you should go to thedorkydivashow.com and listen to The Adventures of the Zolan Dart today.
Shout! We've got your pigs.
Were any of the critters harmed?
What did you do now?
I didn't do anything. I just freaked out for no reason.
It was nice doing business with you again. Maybe next time we could deliver something less temperamental.
Now, what you call temperamental, I call fun.
Hey, is there a place nearby where I can make some repairs?
3 clicks south of here, you'll find a small spaceport. They should have what you need, as long as it's nothing too big.
Dynamic class? My stars, you don't hear about many of those still being space-worthy.
It's been in my family for a while.
She's pretty great. Any chance you have a hover cart we can use to load up?
I'll check out the HoloNet to see if anything new has come up in the sector.
My name is Sereth Khan. I am the chief here on Kamai. My people and I have been experiencing food shortages as of late due to unforeseen natural occurrences. We are looking to hire someone.
I say we take this one. The pay is great, and it's the type of job we're familiar with.
Welcome. You must be Captain Otoa. I've already sent word to Pac-2 to expect you in the next cycle or so.
You told him we were coming before we even accepted the job. That's rather presumptuous, isn't it?
Perhaps, though once I received confirmation that you were interested and on your way here, I couldn't help but hope.
Fair enough. Well, we'll be back as soon as we can.
that's not good.
Is that blaster fire I hear?
Ah, so you're the one.
Captain, it sounds like they want to do this the hard way.
I love when they got some fight in them.
This is bad. This is bad. We're about to have a lot of company.
I'll see you soon.